Hi, there Star here. This is just a test to see if I have fixed the issues that were plaguing the last stream of Gensosuikoden for the Sega Saturn. There appeared to be some sort of memory leak or something similar that caused the game to crash every 15 minutes or so. Oh, hello Malice. So we'll see if this works better this time. I tested this last night after I was finished with the original stream, and it seemed to work fine. But I was running the game on its own. I didn't have all the streaming software running alongside it like I normally do. Besides OBS, which is the actual streaming software, I also have stream labels set up, which is how the donator, follower and subscriber labels you see on the stream update automatically. And I also have the Streamlabs bot running from my laptop, which is of course the source of the Egg Gang bot. I also have Opera open as my browser for this. It seems to be the least resource intensive of the browsers I have installed, so I use that when streaming. And that's usually the setup I have. So we'll see now playing this if it takes. Sadly, White Witch Nominee is not here with her stopwatch. But we'll figure it out. Seeing as I am streaming and people could drop in, I should mention a few points about this version of the game. This is a Sega Saturn port of what we know as Suikoden. Suikoden 1, retroactively. It is mostly the same as the PlayStation game. It has a few differences, mostly graphical. As you can probably already tell, the portraits are a lot higher def, a lot more clear, less artifacting. Spell animations are different, either to take advantage of or squeeze down into the limitations and strengths of the Sega Saturn hardware. The biggest change, of course, that this game is most famous for within the Suikoden community at least, is that it has two pretty large new features. One of which is a Coliseum mode, which is unlocked after recruiting the character AK, whose name I never pronounce the same way twice. And there is also an entire subplot featuring the Toran Lake Pirates. Does it have the 6 Soul Eater dome? We'll find out. I'm planning to at least take Ted to Mount Seifu. One limitation you may have already noticed, or not, is that When going between screens, the music fades out and then fades back in. It does not stay consistent. It can be quite jarring. That is a Sega Saturn thing. Or at least it's a Sega Saturn thing that was not overcome by the developers of this port. That's alright, Ted. Ted can join us. If you're looking for hot plot details, we're in the Imperial Army. Ted is our buddy. He wants to hang out with us. He seems like he has a secret, but it's a JRPG, so we're kind of oblivious to it. Even though he says things like, I have a secret. That's our dad. That's Pops. Pops McSoldier. He's going on a mission, which is a perfect opportunity for a strapping teenage lad like ourselves to grow into manhood. Ted is getting ready to confess his love? Probably. Of course, now that Ted and Louis McDowell have voice actors in the audio discs, it is the perfect time for everyone to search for any and all lewd radio dramas those voice actors might have done and smash them together. I hear that's actually pretty common for other series. One minor change. In the PlayStation version, this scene is in grayscale. Because, of course, when you're asleep, everything is in grayscale. Theo's like, that kid's pretty cool. I'd hate if he had to kill me someday. Joey's voice actor does have lewds. Nice. My diary's here, so that's what Gremio was looking at. Just shuffling through my things while he thought I was asleep. Jerk. You know, got my two bodyguards. Got Pawn and my bae, Cleo. Got Ted, who's like, I don't want to get up. But then you try and leave, and he's like, why didn't you get me up? Like, geez, Ted. Cleo's high quality portrait looks good. Yeah, it does. Where is status? Let's take a look at that. Look at that look she's giving you. They all look good, really, you know? You know, Craze looks sufficiently oily and creepy with his portrait. Is the walking speed faster in this game? I feel like it is. I commented while streaming yesterday, it seems like there are tiny, small improvements like that. I feel like the battles have been made even easier, and it's not like those battles were difficult originally. Where is Magician's Island, where we're going to go? It's somewhere on this earth. He's not impressed with my insolence. But then he looks like that, so I don't care what he thinks about my insolence. Same place Vicky comes from, that's right. Early Vicky reference. Naturally. A setup for her appearance later in this game. Everyone's like, that commander guy's kind of a jerk, but this mission we're on is still kind of important. Gotta get the soothsayer's predictions for the year. Go see the Lady Leknot. Oh, and Ted's excited because we're going to meet a real-life Dragon Knight. Oh, hey, it's Futch. Hey, it's my elephant dragon. Oh, what? You're not a Dragon Knight. You're just a bitch. The hell you say? Hey, I'm 300 years old. Nothing. Then everyone argues. You know, for this being the high quality version of the game, I wish they would have actually put a basket on that damn dragon. Or like maybe drawn the party on the back of the sprite here, that would have been cool. Oh, another thing about the Sega Saturn version of Gensosuikoden. Terrible load time for everything. Absolutely everything. Also, no loading screens, no loading transitions. Just cut to black, like here. And then it's a battle. Commands are the same. Fight, run, bribe, auto. Death animations are different. There is a shrinking, withering effect going on, which is easier to make out on those. Than it was the Holly Boys. Post-battle level up screen, different from the English version, but it is the same as the Japanese PlayStation 1 version. Currency is Pochi, which is the same as the PlayStation 1 Japanese version of the game. The use of bits in the English version of Suikoden 1 being a mislocalization, or a different localization, we'll say generously. Medicine picked up. This stream, of course, not intended to be a full translation run of the game by any means. Mostly because I do not have the required Japanese to pull off such a feat, even if I wanted to. A lot of this game is me going on memory rather than, you know, actual proficiency in the Japanese language. Go to the menu real quick. We got items, we got rune, we got equipment, status, formation, and settings. For settings we have text speed, we have window opacity, and we have sound stereo or mono. Same as the PlayStation version. The layout on the Japanese version of the game is slightly different, but that is common across both versions, PlayStation and Saturn. Alright, time for some Luke. Luke out, everyone. He is calling the True Wind Rune here in Japanese, as you can see on the screen. That is the same again as the PlayStation Japanese version. In the English language localization, he is saying Wind Rune, not True Wind Rune. I figure because differences between this and the PlayStation version are not always obvious, I will also use this opportunity to compare Japanese and English versions of this game. Slightly small change that everyone loved in the previous stream. The selection icon thing underlay is this lovely gradient. Gensosuikoden finally getting the LGBT plus recognition it deserves. Aesthetic, absolutely. And there we go. Golem shrinks away. And everyone gets to level 3. I appreciate the use of the heart icon for HP. Bringing back your Vaporwave blog just for this. I really like the Vaporwave aesthetic, and if I could make it work in a layout without having it being jarring, I would totally use it for at least some streams. Okay, Luke knows we were from the Empire on official business, but was kind of a jerk anyway. What's the deal? There is no deal. He's just kind of being a jerk. He serves Lady Leknot, who we are here to see. I guess he says he wants to see if we're the real deal, which is a poor reason for attempted murder, but they did not animate these, so we came to the conclusion yesterday that these were icicles of some sort. Leknot wants to keep things chill. Yeah, it's not the palette games go for. It's generally not considered a good palette for website layouts, or in this case, a Twitch overlay. Astral conclusions and chill? Yep. Still gotta do these stairs. Alright. Hey, Leknot. Leknot thinks I'm hot. But then Leknot is blind, so I'm not sure if that's actually a diss. Just throw some grids on it. Yeah, that's the solution to any Vaporwave aesthetic problems. Here, come take the astral conclusions. Oh, wait, show me your hand. I see someone in your past? Maybe someone beginning with T or D or C. A relative, friend, lover, buddy. You have memories associated with them. Good one, bad, neutral, ambivalent memories of this person. They have a message. They say, give Leknot $20 a month so I can keep talking to you. I really like the Leknot portrait in the Saturn version. Here are the astral conclusions. Please get out. In the novelization of this game, it is mentioned explicitly that Leknot does foresee the Gate Rune War / Toran Liberation War, that is the bulk of this game's events, but does not include it in the astral conclusions. Because what would be the point? We're going 22 minutes, which makes it seem like this is not going to crash. Different teleport animation for Luke there. And here's the Leknot Clio ship about to set sail. Honk honk. She gives her a fire rune as a symbol of her burning passion. Again, Luke is using the true wind rune here. We all get teleported back. I mean, there's a lot of merit, I think, in that ship that you could discuss. Your thoughtfulness towards shipping is greatly appreciated, at least on my Twitter feed. Even if all I ever do is respond to such thoughtful posts with shit posting. That's just my culture. Alright, we all get back on this dragon. We get to see that flying animation again, but, you know, flipped. Flipped horizontally. I'm just glad I managed to figure out what was causing the crashing. People seemed okay during the stream because, you know, the majority of people there were Suikoden fans, so they didn't mind a little bit of repetition when I had to reload. But for me, on the streaming end, I would like things to go smoothly. It also didn't help that I was very tired. Like, I was crashing and burning around 40 minutes into that stream. In fact, this will probably be the version that goes up on YouTube. Actually, they'll both go up on YouTube, but this might be the one that gets put on the playlist, let's say. Yeah, 25 minutes in. No crash. Victory. Alright, I'm going to put that fire rune on Cleo before I forget. I mean, you gotta put the fire rune on Cleo, right? It was a gift from Leknot to Cleo. What kind of monster would you be? Take that away from Cleo. Cleo's going to have that on her body forever. Oh, Malice never puts the fire rune on Cleo. Yikes. I guess knowing this works, I could post a tweet that I'm actually running this again. Except, yeah, okay. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Fantastic. The one on Victor that the walkthrough told you to. I imagine that would be the clone rune. What up? Here's my boy, Cannon. Prepare the cannon, cannon. We delivered the astral conclusions, and that's a job well done, except Kuraz is still pissed off at us because he's a bad person. Kanan in the red is just kind of a lickspittle. You know, we got a new mission. We're going to Rockland in the east. They are overdue on their taxes. That's a problem. Let's beat some tax money out of these rustic bumpkins. When we get to Rockland, you'll see why they have to pay taxes, considering the administrative investment the Scarlet Moon Empire has poured into the area, clearly. Even better, Kanan is coming with us. I wish he was a party member, even if he was a really crummy one. You talk to Cross over and over, he gets more shrill and short in his responses, with the details like that. And that's the final one, which I really like. We got the 100 potch from the suit of armor, which I always found weird as it's one of the only hidden treasures. The most canon ship. Uber. Hey, True Perception. You thought I already did this part? Yeah, I did. This was just a test stream to see if the game would crash again after my fiddling with settings after last night. And it seems to be working just fine. So I'm going to play a bit more. This isn't my usual streaming time, so I figure people aren't really missing out if I'm just repeating the same part of the game I already played. People who want to watch me play this twice are free to do so. People who would rather wait until my regular time and watch me stream on from that part in the plot, can also do that. Big load time to get onto the world map. World map music is a little readjusted, I think. Never fight mosquitoes, except they won't let me leave. Alright, let's fight mosquitoes. That buzzing gets in my head. But you know, we gotta level up. It's all good. Now let's see if we can hear that slightly re-engineered world map music. It's not a big change or anything. It's not like it's a whole new track, but every game seems to be so proud of its buzzing technology. Yeah. I hope that wasn't their big selling point. Okay, Gremio's nearly dead, but that's not a big deal. They kept a Hoge physics. Almost misread that. Glad I didn't. Alright, let's talk to Marco, and I can talk a little bit again about how his minigame has changed. It is no longer the cup, spinny, roundy, what's it? It is now a heads or tails game. You know, which of the kinds are going to end up heads, which will end up tails. You know, heads, tails. This game is a lot easier to win at because you only have to get most of them right, and I think there's even a little bonus if you get only one of them right. But still with cups, yes. I only got one of them right there, so I didn't get anything. The strange thing is, the higher the difficulty, the less time there is between the cups rising and dropping, although it does not seem to affect anything. There, I got 2 right, so I win that. And I think if I get 3 right, I make the most money. Let me do 1,000. You see, it just rises and drops just a bit faster, although I don't think there's anything in the spinning of the coins. I mean, statistically speaking, if the cups rising and falling actually has no bearing on what coin side is going to turn up, then I guess it doesn't matter what I pick, like 3 heads. Why not? Like, I lost there, but statistically speaking, I was just as likely to win. Okay, now the game is just trying to make me look bad. Wah, wah. There we go. If I get all 3 right, I make 3 times as much. Which is good, because that's just basically me getting my money back. We spent a good amount of time in that game yesterday trying to figure out if the spinning coins have any relation to what's going to come up. But it appears that that is not the case. Okay. Hey, you're not with the Imperials, are you? I know, because you didn't hit me. That door is locked. Okay. We're going to see Commander Grady. This guy doesn't want to let us in. Luckily we got Kanan around throwing his weight. He's Imperial Guard Assistant Commander. Or assistant to the Imperial Guard Commander. Grady's like, I don't care who's at the door. Wait, there are important people at the door? Why didn't you tell me? Grady still doesn't get a portrait in the Saturn version, even though he has official artwork. The only character in this game where that is the case. Maybe the only character in this series, which is a dubious honor. Grady is letting us know that bandits are the reason for the delay in taxes. Dirty bandits are stealing all the tax money. We're gonna go beat them all up. That's my solution to everything. The bandits are at Mount Seifu, which is east of Rockland. And thus east we shall go. Alright, I'm going to heal up Gremio. Let me check the equipment situation. Yep. Item management in this game, still bad. No changes there from the PlayStation version. Everyone talking about tea here in the English language localization is now talking about sake and other forms of alcohol. I had a Tumblr post at one point that documented the changes there. Let me see if I can pull that up actually. Okay, that's right. The innkeeper here says it when Kanan is not in the party, actually. In Japanese, in English he says tea, honey tea, green tea, fire tea. We've got it all, but you're a bit young for that stuff. In the Japanese version, he says rum, mead, double roku, fire water, we have it all, but it's a little soon for you. So there's your interesting bit of alcohol trivia. Alright, to Mount Seifu we go. I really like the music here. Alright. That one guy whose name you don't remember can offer you wine, and why the heck not? Exactly. Alright. Kanan is like, hey, Pawn, take the lead. And you're talking about Sanchez, who we'll get to very soon. Sanchez, extremely plot relevant, in fact. I wonder if Kanan having Pawn take the lead is meant to be an early indication of just how willing to accept orders Pawn is. Or is it just as simple as Pawn is clearly the beefiest and therefore most soldierly seeming of the group, and is thus the obvious choice to tank enemies? Hernandez? Tell you what, if I ever put my Suikoden RPG Maker game on Kickstarter and I have to change all the names to avoid a lawsuit, that's going to be one of them. Sanchez to Hernandez. When I was tooling around with that game as a War of Succession game, Sanchez was going to be a character in it. More items. Kapu, medicine. Okay, Louis can use that. Oh, not a Kapu. Sorry. My bad on that one. Then we'll give Gremio that. My Japanese falls to crap so easily, especially when I'm not actively translating. Like when I was going through all my Suikoden books for lore and stuff, I was okay at it, but now, Whoa, Pawn! What are you doing dropping dead? Jeez. Gonna have to run and heal you now. After all my talk about this game being easier, you go and do a thing like that? For shame. Let's see, did I go up here already? Probably. No, I didn't. Okay. But we do have to fight these bandits first. As you can see, still very much Suikoden, except for minor graphical changes. Hope that having a timeline on Twitter being mostly in Japanese will help you someday. Someday. I'll be honest and say I never had a strong interest in actively learning Japanese, except for what I pick up playing games or whatever. Like learning the entire language. But to be fair, that's because I'm bad at languages. I'm a fairly intelligent person, but I never had a great grasp on languages. You know, I speak English, I speak Irish, I have a smattering of French and German, and I guess whatever limited Japanese I still have. And that's about it. but I only ever had an interest in Japanese for Suikoden books. TBH. Not like you, who wants to be able to talk to people in Japanese, which would a far more long-lasting and productive reason to learn a language. I must say. More medicine. Antitoxin, I believe. Or the item that will be called antitoxin in the localization. To be far more exact than I need to be. I remember at the time, Sega Saturn magazines in North America and Europe, in the West, we'll say, were generally hopeful that this game would be brought over to the Saturn, but even by '96, I think that was just hope that the Saturn would get some games. The thing is, a game like Suikoden is a really good fit for the Sega Saturn because the Saturn specialized in sprite processing and was not so good at polygons. The machine was not designed for it in the same way that Sony's PlayStation, which came out, I guess, a year later, was. Sega doubled down on sprites and it did not work out. But for a game like this, it's a good fit. Not that later in the console's life cycle developers didn't manage to get some handle on using polygons. You know, Shining Force 3, great game. You know, you got Burning Rangers. I'm pretty sure there are other ones. Panzer Dragoon, of course. Oh, that's right, we're coming up to the Queen Ant. This was another spot where the game crashed on us yesterday. Right here, during the load-in actually. It was a perfect cliffhanger. Alright. Guess it doesn't matter what we do here. That's right, you are a Soul Eater fan. You love all the bearers of the Soul Eater. You know, Ted, McDowell, I guess Ted's grandfather, that big ass fog ship guide who I guess held onto it for a while Ted was being mopey. Alright, here it comes. In retrospect, that rune has had a lot of hands on it. Okay, everyone is despairing because we're all going to die against this Queen Ant, which is here for some reason. Never really explained. Never explained how any bandits are still alive here. Louis says, or Ted says, Louis, let me fix this. And I'm like, okay. So yes, Ted has a rune, and it's quite mysterious. Because it does things like that without giving him XP. The ways of a true rune are fickle. Everyone is very impressed. Ted says he'll explain later. Kanan is like, is this like what Commander Crawls was telling me about? Did it always do that? It's different. The spells animations have definitely been changed in this game. Some of them, I think, to accommodate limitations in the Sega Saturn hardware. And some of them have just been made a little snazzier. Oh right, we're almost dead. Whoops, I forgot. There we go. Rune piece. I mean, the rune itself, the Soul Eater, the rune of life and death, as it were, is very iconic. I have a custom made jacket actually with the Soul Eater on it, both on the back and as a patch on the breast. Alright, here are the leaders of the bandits. Varkas and Sidonia. Kanan throwing around his authority, not that bandits particularly care. And Sidonia especially doesn't care. But before we get to the big boss, we gotta go through some grunts. So let's do that, shall we? Let's see. I guess we'll just attack with everyone. Cleo might have access to her level 2 spell, but because I did not go back to Rockland and rest at the inn, she doesn't get her MP recharged, so we can't access it anyway. Even if her magic stat dictates, she should have it. Doesn't matter that much, it's an easy enough win. Everyone gets to level 6. Alright. And now we fight the big boys. Varkas and Sidonia. I always target Sidonia first. There we go. Cleo spell. Let's see how that looks. Oh geez, that's a big hit on Ted. Get that fire in. There we go. Sidonia is out already. And to me that seems a lot easier than the PlayStation version. But I don't know for sure. There's no strategy guide for this version of the game. So I have nothing official in terms of hit points. I can just tell you it feels easier. And we jump up to level 7. You were going to make a comment about how you like these two characters and wish there was more of them. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about every Star of Destiny in the first Suikoden. I've kind of become known for it over the years as being the champion of these motley collection of stars, especially the ones that don't make cameos in later games. You know, Kulon, Cassios, Jupo, Fuma, Fusulu, Kirk, Esmeralda. You know, I can go on. I can just name all of them, I guess. Okay, we're all happy with our victory over the bandits. We have them captured. They are technically with us. We are going to bring them back to Rockland where they will face judgment at the hands of Administrative Commander Grady. It's a pretty short walk. Let me check our gear situation first. Eileen Fan 69. Nice. Oh right, I forgot about these jerks. Oh, another slight difference. In the PlayStation version, this scene with the soldiers is animated. Like there's a sprite animation of this guy shoving his boot apparently into the kid's ass. I wonder if that is why they froze it. 30 degrees Fahrenheit is too cold, says True Perception. I would agree with that. I think that is just statistically true. As close to objectively true as possible. I mean, if there's one thing the Suikoden series is not short on, it is indeed quote unquote banging babes. I don't even get a thank you from this kid. He just repeats the dialogue from before that encounter. Ungrateful. Alright. Get back in here. Grady's going to come out. Oh, thank you for catching the thieves or whatever. Barkus is all. You're the tax thief. You embezzling git. But we're going to ignore that. And you know why we're going to ignore that? Because of massive bribes. Kanan is going to hold on to the 10,000 potch. Because, you know, it might be dangerous. He's a good guy. Keeping us out of trouble. Alright, let's save again. May as well rest the inn. Although I'm pleased the game hasn't crashed, I'm still a little paranoid that it might at some point. Maybe I've just extended how long this can run before crashing. Wild poop. Don't worry, I can make that money back. I'm good for it. Don't worry, I'm good for it. Oh yeah, I'm the best. I got 2 right, I get double my money. The correct command is !uptime. Esports. Esports. Oh, super esports. Look at that. Esports. Esports. Let's see. Okay. You're so glad esports is making a comeback. Esports never left. No one can use that. Anyone can use this. You can, but that's not that helpful. A little bit of metagaming with my item shifting going on here, but you know, this game is 22 years old. You gotta forgive me for having a little advanced knowledge. Never forget your sick fan art of Louis? No kidding. When I have a camera set up for this stream, I will probably have that artwork printed out and framed behind me somewhere. Alright, get that sweet pot rolling in. And back to Gregminster we go to report our success. Not even dealing with you mosquitoes. Get a canvas print from Redbubble. That's slightly more expensive than my printer at home. Alright, we're back. Kanan is like, I'm going to report. You don't need to. We know it's so he can take all the credit. Cleo doesn't care. Cleo is not what we call a careerist. Oh, but Kanan wants Ted to come with him. I wonder if that has anything to do with that mysterious rune he used earlier. Almost certainly not. Alright, I'm gonna go to this appraiser because we did find the unidentified item. Ding, it's garbage. The Empire needs archers. Unless you consider an emo phase a crime. Kind of? No, there's nothing wrong with being emo. I'm just old. It's raining outside. Listen to that rain effect. Actually, I do like that rain effect. Ha 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 ha, says Pan. I'm just going to ignore you, Gremio. I'm going to go downstairs. Oh no, Ted! You're ruining the rug. True perception, laying out the hatred here. I do not approve of that at all, sir. Right, let's help Ted up. Nah. I'm not gonna touch him. He's covered in blood. That's how you get hepatitis. Hey, this is what my father is paying you for. And because it's easier to shoot the scene that way, we're going to put Ted in Cleo's bed, even though Ted has his own room just below, an equal distance away from where he was when we found him. Okay, Ted's going to give us the scoop of what happened. It went a little something like this. Hey, did I tell you I'm 300 years old? Oh no, Windy, you're the same Windy as the Windy who was chasing me? Oh gosh. Hey, give me the Soul Eater. But no. How about I just blow us all up? Don't? Oh, but actually I will. Craze and Kanan bravely not budging an inch in the face of the Soul Eater, the rune of life and death. Truly the sturdiest characters in the entire series. Pon's like, something smells fishy, and it isn't a fish supper, so I don't care. Gremio defends Ted's honor, which is something of a lost cause. Alright, hey Pon, what are you doing sulking behind this door? Oh, I'm just gonna go get some medicine. I don't know, bye. Like, I have like 24 individualized pieces of medicine I could give him. Pon, it's okay. Oh wait, is Ted waking up? Oh, Louis. Oh, let me tell you some stuff. Oh man, Louis. Oh, you gotta take this. Take my glove off. Whoa, what? Oh, Louis, come on. Take the glove off, bro. Thanks. One of the 27 true runes? Cleo, very well read. It's the Soul Eater. Oh, Louis, you gotta take this rune. It'll fuck your shit up. But, 300 years of misery. So, take the rune. No. Oh, Louis, come on, bro. Be a bro. I thought you were my bro. Come on, take the rune. Take it. Come on. Nah. No, this sounds like a terrible deal, Ted. Hey fellas, is it gay if you take a true rune from a guy because it's like a piece of his soul is entering you forever? Oh, Windy wants that rune, bro. Don't give it to her. Now the rune comes from space and there is a spotlight. It's awesome. I'm gonna have a nap. Let's go see who's at the door, Gremio. Sure. I mean, I'm gonna go leave through the side door, but I can't. Because I don't know it exists yet. Okay. Cross is like, haha, we're here. Pan told us. Pan? You bastard. Oh, I didn't want people to gossip about T.O. It's a whole thing. Hey, wait a minute. You don't have a warrant, pig. Not letting any pigs in here with no stinking warrant. Back off. And then Ted ruins the entire operation, just comes out with his bags of weed. Just like, hey guys, I got the bags of weed we were going to sell to school children. And that's just cause for an arrest and search. So, whoops. Thanks, Ted. Alright, we're gonna leave Ted sacrifice himself nobly with his weed sack. How does Louis not know about the side door in the house he grew up in? Because Louis McDowell is a spoiled brat who has never been in that kitchen. He thinks Gremio is a magician who just makes food appear at the end of his arms every night. Oh, Louis, in 300 years, you were my only real friend. Fuck you, Aldo. Fuck you. He has to go in there to tickle Gremio. That's true, but his eyes are laser focused on Gremio during those moments, so any side doors are completely incidental. Alright, we make it to the inn. Marie is here. She's like, whoa, why are you out in the rain? I guess something serious went down. But you're rich. You're pretty good at paying your bills. You can stay in this room with no bed, I guess. And then immediately we're just going to leave. Just, okay. I'm done hiding. Ted is actually 16. He has just experienced 300 years of time from smoking so much weed. Hey, who's this chappie? Who's this chappie talking about Sonia Shulin? Because the dialogue hasn't updated for him. Sonia Shulin, clearly the best of the 5 great generals. You know, she's skillful, she's beautiful. Thanks for your vote, Victor. Oh hey, what? I'm just here to get some food and now I run into this kid in a bandana. You actually listen to Gremio and stayed in that room trying to find another way out. Oh, we're gonna start a fight here, gonna start a brawl for all. Hey there! Vanderon! In the house, in the chat, I like to say. I'm not doing too bad at all. I was streaming this game yesterday and I was having technical difficulties, so I just made some changes, pushed it up today. Was doing a test stream to see how it ran, see if it would crash, and it has been stable so far. So I'm probably going to play up to where I was yesterday. And then we're going to call it then, but we're still a ways from that. Okay, so Victor here, Victoru, has managed to get us out of the clutches of the dreaded Imperial Army. Of course, we still have to find a way to get out of the city. But I'm sure he has a plan for us. And he does, for the right amount of money. Alright. First option is basically, I don't trust you. The second option is, hey, help us out, buddy. Gremio is kind of distrusting. Is there an extra vowel between the K and the T? Biku, yeah, Bikutoru. B-I-K-U-T-O-O-R-U. Alright. Victor is going to get us out. Let's go and talk to this guard. Give him a little something something. Okay. Gratuitous English Victor. Matches the character really. Strange theme plays. Ah, Tristan, thank you for the follow. Okay, yeah, Victor bribed the guard to let us out. You know, the Empire is going down the drain. Unfortunately, he used Gremio's money to do it. Of course, now a condition of this is that we have to meet someone. We have to meet a friend of Victor's in a town called Camp. And we don't know where that is. Louis is a sheltered boy. Camp, to the south of Gregminster. Who is this mysterious person that Vagabond Victor wants us to meet? Actually, I think Vagabond Victor is actually a nickname for Victor in Japanese. I'm pretty sure that's in one of the encyclopedias for this series. Lenin Camp. Alright, Victor is going to go on ahead. Try the tea at the inn or whatever. Ha 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 ha. Bye. Gremio still not sold. Cleo, a little more sold. Okay, so there's an inn over there, you know, armor shop, rune shop, all sorts of nice stuff. This Imperial soldier is telling us about how there are rebels nearby. Remember, don't try to act big just because you're dead. I mean, that's good. That's good life advice for any situation. Is Kryn here? No, Kryn is in a house somewhere else in town. Alright, let's just stay at the inn. We're friends of Victor. Give us the special rate. Oh, I guess Victor ran away or whatever. I guess so. That kind of sucks. Hey, Cleo. Why was Pond such an asshole? I don't know, Gremio. At least we got the room with the clock. Wow, that's a lot of knives. Alright, I bet you have rebels here. I bet I don't. I bet I'm buying time for my tenants to escape. Let's fight. Let's get to it. Come on, Gremio. Oh no, open this window. You can't do it. That window is too tough to open. Don't break it or anything. Our lives might be in danger, but we're not rude. Hey. This is the speaking clock. Quick, hurry! Into our secret hideout. Oh wow, secret hideout? That sounds really badass. Oh wait, it's a literal sewer. Nice. This is our first introduction, of course, to Odessa Silverberg. And Victor's here too. And all his other companions. The entire polycule. Odessa, you must be... That's right. I'm Odessa Silverberg, leader of the Liberation Army. Here's Flick. Furiku. Victor bigging us up, you know. We're the son of the great Imperial General, Theo McDowell. We would be totally awesome in the Liberation Army. Except, you know, Gremio's like, we're not joining rebels. We're in a bad spot, but we can explain all this. But I think, what if we joined the rebel army? I'm 16. I'm pissed off at the man. You know, smash the state. Eat the rich. Like, I'd like to keep my upper class noble privilege, but also overthrow everything. That would be a pretty sweet balance. The best of both worlds, as noted philosopher Hannah Montana once proposed. Odessa says, too bad you can't really make up your mind on these things. Catch you later. You know, come back when you've got your stuff together. There's Humphrey. Hanfuri. Sanchez / Hernandez, depending on whether you are or are not Malice in the chat. Flick just lecturing us. Flick is such a pill. And look, another drunkard passed out on the sewer stairway. Let's just step over him and get going. Kind of just nudge him into the river with our toe. No, we're going to take care of him. We're good folk. You know, don't worry, bandit guy. You have made it to the Liberation Army headquarters. And he's going to tell Odessa all about Varkas and Sidonia, the bandit leaders, who were captured by some really mean and rotten Imperials. Just awful. You know, some brat in a bandana, some woman with purple tassels on the side of her face, some blonde guy with a ponytail and a scar. You know, they really messed up some stuff. Just some real buttheads. Odessa wants to help, but Flick points out, we don't really have anyone in the quote-unquote Liberation Army. And even if we did, I'm pretty sure we have a spy or a mole somewhere. We're going to own up. We've owned up. We said, hey, that was us. We captured Varkas and Sidonia. We didn't know what was happening. We thought they were tax thieves. Even if they were tax thieves, that does not justify execution, which is what is happening to them right now. So we're going to go and sort all that business out. Gremio feels, hey, Gremio feels that even if we do this, it's good for the Empire that we do this. The Twitch app has autocorrect now. That's pretty nifty. I don't use the Twitch app much, but I probably should. I should probably have chat up in it at least, you know? Rather than what I'm doing now, which is I'm looking at the chat displayed on the preview of the stream in OBS. Okay, change the formation, put Victor in the front row, Cleo in the back row. I should probably also go to the blacksmith and sharpen our weapons. Because that, unsurprisingly, makes them stronger. Bad, cursed conversation going on in the chat. Don't approve of this. This is the dirt worst. If you're watching this and you're not aware of what I'm playing the Sega Saturn version of Gensosuikoden, localized on the PlayStation and originally released on the PlayStation as Suikoden. The reason I'm playing the Sega Saturn version is because there are a number of small and large changes between the two versions that most fans of the series outside of Japan would not have much opportunity to see. Okay, we got the weapon level up to 4, which is fine for where we are in the game. That blacksmith here in Lenin Camp can get the weapon level up to 5 maximum. I love my chat. I love my regular viewers. That doesn't mean I have to like my chat. Those are two different emotions. While I'm walking to Rockland, I want to give a quick shout out to Tristan, a streamer I've been following over the past week or so, I want to say. Very entertaining, very chill, laid back streams. They usually do. Just a good place to hang out. You should probably drop a follow or pop in there at some point and see if you like what they're putting down. And if you do, you should pick it up. I believe that's how that slang goes. I'm a slang expert, I know what the kids say. Tristan's stream is lit. Fam. Alright, this guy. He's not gonna let us in. He pretty much says, I'm not gonna let you in. Or else you'll be crucified. Like these two. In the English localization, that sprite is edited so that they are merely strung up to a post. They are also crucified in the Japanese PlayStation version of this game. Victor is going to sneak us in a cunning strategy. This cunning strategy is called arson. Tristan just got finished streaming Sword of Vermilion for the Mega Drive / Genesis. An amazing game. Not in terms of quality. Well, I guess I was amazed by the quality of Sword of Vermilion. I think that is an accurate summation. Yes, Victor taught Shu everything he knows about strategy and tactics. We can check out that fire from this vantage point, where Victor lectures us. Fire is hot. Thank goodness Sword of Vermilion is over. It was fun to watch, but you know, I just had a lot of empathy. Especially after coming down from a game as good as Shining in the Darkness. Okay, we're going to just, I guess, fight our way through the mansion. Medicine. Just... Grady just has so many Imperial soldiers here. It's kind of odd. I guess that's how you keep the plebs in line, right? One thing about the Suikoden games, and especially the first two, is that they are not exceedingly difficult. You can auto battle through almost every random encounter in this game without fear of death, and certainly not fear of a party wipe. Like, maybe someone would drop after your 20th random encounter, but these sudden cuts and long load times to get into battles are unique to the Saturn version of this game. The PlayStation version is much more optimized in that regard. Okay, Victor's a little wounded, but that's okay. Okay, he has 2 HP. Victor's a lot wounded. But that's still okay. 690 patch. Nice. That's like 10 times the sex number. Sorry, le sex number. Pardon my French. Item and equipment management in this game is kind of a pain, but you get used to it. More heals. More healies, more feelies. More soldiers. Of course, this battle actually isn't necessary, there's nothing in this room, but I like experience points. And you know, they're there, and they're willing to be murdered. That's a bad command, and I should delete that command. Now that we've moved on from Breath of Fire 3. The command's going to haunt me. I'll run for public office someday and I'll be leading in the polls, and someone will sell them a screen cap of that command for thousands of dollars. Can't blame you for my creation. No, I can't. And yet I'm such a hypocrite. I might be able to anyway. Okay, what's going on in here? 700 potch. 1000 potch. Let me go back into that room for a second. Laying out a room in an RPG is surprisingly difficult to make it look natural. And, you know, putting a chair and a table and some chairs and, you know, just random barrels. It's tough to do. I mean, I've tooled around with RPG Maker. I'm an expert on RPGs. And I can tell you, surprisingly difficult to make a room or a house look natural. Okay, this is the final Imperial Guard fight during this. So we are going to break out Cleo's range fire spell. Here we go. Everyone die now, thank you. You keep thinking the stream has gone down, but no, it's just loading. Yeah, yesterday when I was having to deal with the game crashing every 15 minutes, every load was a worry. Cute running animations back, yeah. The PlayStation version has some good loading screens. Alright, Barkus is almost about to die. But it's okay, because we're here. We'll cut you down, buddy. Oh, let's get Sidonia too. Ha, psych. Sidonia could have escaped at any time. But he didn't want to leave Varkus. So why didn't he teleport down and then untie Varkus? Shut up. It's a kink thing. It has to be a kink. Why else would you not just teleport down and then save your best friend? Unless you are having a great time being tied up and being crucified, you know? Grady's kind of PO'd. But you know who else is PO'd? Barkus for being crucified. So Grady's a little... Yeah, I guess if you all want to murder me and I'm one guy, I should probably leave. I don't even have a portrait. Bye. I'm going to run into the room with the fire and disappear forever. Our party is kind of worried. We probably look like big traitors to the Empire now. Victor tells us it's okay. Oh, thanks for rescuing us. If Lady Odessa ever needs our help, we'll, help. Bye. Alright, back to the sewers. Time to hang out more with the Liberation Army. What's our money situation? Alright, True Perception, thanks for dropping by. I'll see you later, hopefully. Depending on how much further we go. The severity of the cut when a battle is loading just adds to the feeling that the game is crashing. There's no fade out. It is just a hard cut to black. It's like it's the end of Sopranos or something. I don't know if it's like the end of Sopranos. I've never watched that show. But I'm a modern internet resident. I can make references to things I've never seen. Alright, back to Lenin Camp. Loading, loading, loading. Here we are. All we have to do is go back to the inn. And now we have total access to the speaking clock. Dong. Alright. Hey Odessa, we did that thing, or whatever. Odessa's pretty hyped. She has something to tell us. She's got plans. Mysterious plans. These are blueprints for something called a fire spear. Odessa's going to tell us the story. The Liberation Army kind of sucks right now because we're like 6 people and we live in a sewer. But one day we'll probably not suck as much. And when we do, and when we have the need to set fire to hundreds if not thousands of people simultaneously, we'll have the fire spears. Sanchez lets us know we bribed a lot of dwarves to get this stuff. Just so much money. So Louis, we need to deliver the plans for the fire spears to our secret factory. This is too far for Gremio. No fire spear building. Stopping bandit executions, yes. Fire spear, no. But Odessa knows how to push our buttons. What, you gonna kiss up to your dad? You're gonna be a little weenie daddy's boy? Huh? Is that what you're gonna do? And you know, it works. Louie's like, I'm gonna punch my dad in the face. He is a symbol of the patriarchy, but I'm not. As the son of privilege. Louis is the kid who goes to a developing world country for like 2 months after college. You know, helps out a little, then just comes back. Alright. Odessa is going to come with us, and she does join the party as a party member. She will accompany us as we deliver the Fire Spear plans. To get to the village of Saradi, where our contact is, we have to cross Mount Tigerwolf, which is to the northwest, I believe. If you're familiar, of course, with the PlayStation release of Suikoden, either English or Japanese, you will notice that, for the most part, they're the same game. The village of Saradi art, that's a very different village. That's a village where everyone just clones themselves all the time and evades death. It's really awkward there. Everyone looks the same. Not even in just that NPCs are interchangeable way. I think the speedrun record for Suikoden is something like 5 hours, maybe 5:30. I don't have an exact number on hand. I never tried an actual speedrun of this game, but even casually just plowing through it, you could probably 100% it in 8 hours. If you're not being as leisurely as I am. Oh, this mountain's really big, everyone. Well, we have to cross it, so I don't know. Stop crying, Victor. I should point out that all the dialogue I'm reciting is verbatim and 100% accurate to the original Japanese. Also, there was a giant snail, but we killed it, so hooray! But yeah, the real big changes to this game between the Saturn and PlayStation versions does not really come until around the mid-game. Let's see. Okay. So until then, it's just business as usual. Oh yeah, treasure chests colored slightly differently. Possibly a palette issue. To be frank, possibly an emulation issue. While I own 2 physical copies of this game on the Sega Saturn, I do not have much opportunity to run it on native hardware. My Sega Saturn 1 is a US Sega Saturn anyway, and 2 is of course currently in the United States, where it is busy not having any wires attached to it and gathering dust on a shelf. And so we keep on rolling. Suikoden still as beautiful as ever in terms of sprite artwork. I still love its sprites. I kind of love what it does with the 3D battlefield, but I can imagine that's not to everyone's taste. I guess Suikoden 2 sprites are as objective as you can be objectively superior, but there's a chunkiness, there's a weight to the sprites in the first game that I appreciate. I also appreciate these convenient steps across Mount Tiger Wolf, but I guess that makes sense if this is a common point of travel. Chaunchy. Love that chaunch. Alright, Odessa level up. That's good. Let's have Odessa catch up. Dungeons in Suikoden, never really its forte. Although I feel the first game is particularly bad. I did not go to an inn, so I did not recharge my magic. That's fine. Let's just kill these rabbits. Gotta get Odessa to 99. I've done that with cheats. If I was playing Suikoden on my own time, I would be game sharking the heck out of this game. Level 99, max weapon levels, you know, max potch, the works. I never found a walk through walls code that works for this game, but I really wish I had one for, you know, map making. Impressed for half a second. Yeah, I'm not like that guy who grinded to level 99 in Kingdom Hearts on the Destiny Islands. Okay, we're about to cross, but this guy, Redon, says, hey, stay in my inn. Look at my portrait. I'm completely trustworthy. Oh, I love trustworthy inns. Everyone is pretty bushed crossing this mountain, so we're going to the inn whether we like it or not, I'm afraid. Alright, hey everyone, have some tea. And this is actually tea in the Japanese version as well as the English version. Whereas most references to tea in the English localization are in fact references to sake. Alright, hey, drink this tea. You too, kid. Not if it's bitter. Just drink the damn tea. Oh, hey, this tea is funny. Hey, what's it called, bro? It's called Robber's Tea. Well, that's a strange name for a tea. Oh, tea's poisoned. And everyone passes out. And everyone's blue. Again, maybe an emulation issue? Maybe they're just blue now. Maybe that's just how it goes. Someone at Konami said, you know what's really missing from the original release of Suikoden? They didn't turn blue in that scene. It was right there in the design document. MFers turn blue. But this guy came in, Kessler. He recognized Odessa, so he's forcing a cure, which is good. We're not going to get robbed after all. Hooray! Kessler offers Ledin's head, but Odessa's just like, nah, kind of my fault. Which, you know, victim blaming much. Now, let's see everyone's Japanese snores. Susu. Cleo just gets a great honking 8Z bar. That's the new alignment chart, everyone. Make sure you stick to it. Okay. Kessler is just telling us his incredibly dull backstory. He's a bandit. He doesn't want to be a bandit. He can't change the world, but maybe Odessa and her liberation army can. The Empire sucks. The Empire seems to suck a lot if you're a bandit. Which, I mean, is that really that objectionable? The Empire is oppressing hard-working criminals. And then we continue on our way. Because that little interlude is not all that important. Then again, I'm dunking on it, but the reason we're playing this game is because it has more interludes than the original version, so... What if they made a version of this game that was 30 minutes long, but was just the new stuff? Huh? Okay, what is this item? Okay, rune pieces. Victor. I'm not really worried about buying equipment yet. Like, technically, I could probably get through this game without buying equipment at all. So we're just going to do this strange hand-me-down version of equipping, where I give Louis all the best stuff, and then disperse that on down to whoever's in the front row, because they'll be taking more hits, and then from there, whoever's in the back row. And the rest will just be sold for money, which I won't spend because we're not buying armor. It's a remarkably efficient system. That's just more medicine. I say just more medicine, but more medicine is always nice. Okay, rune piece. As mentioned earlier, my Japanese is not good. I almost said not great, but that kind of implies some level of proficiency with the language. I used to be okay. Took the test and everything, but... Alright, here we are, Village of Sardi, right after this. A random battle. Against this boar. Shrink, boar, shrink. Wahahaha. Micro pig. We did not do the little bonus where if you come to this village at the beginning of the game either alone or with Ted, you get a rare rune. Okay, like this village is tiny. There's not many places to go. Oh, that's right. In the English localization, this guy repeats a rumor that Odessa, leader of the Liberation Army, is a 9-foot giant. In Japan, oh, forgive me for that. In Japan, the rumor is instead that she is 3 meters tall. So they removed the metric system from this game. They scrubbed that out. Alright, we found the inn, you know, because it's the only building large enough to be an inn. We're going to stay here for the night and meet up with our contact. And deliver those plans for the fire spear. And we're awake, and everyone else is asleep. Same snores. Mix it up a bit, guys. Come on, jeez. Okay, Odessa. She can't sleep. She feels like having a heart-to-heart talk about, you know, what are you going to do, Louis? Are you going to go back to your family, to the Empire? You know, you want to stick with us? You know, Louis, bro, I've only known you a short time, bro, but I feel like we got this thing, you know? You and me. Louis like, hey, no, Louis. This is the real stuff. This is the real shit, as the kids would say. Let me tell you, Liberation Army, it's pretty cool, you know? But you're even cooler. You know, there's so many people in the Liberation Army. There's Humphrey and Sanchez and Flick and Victor and Mose and... Oh, but they don't have your eyes, man. They don't have your hero eyes. You have the eyes of a hero. Both of them, left one, heroic. Right one, equally as heroic. At least equally as heroic. You know. Oh, interrupted. By a ninja. Hey, I'm a ninja. Oh, I'm going to do this whole convoluted password thing. Yeah, I don't care. Just give me the plans. Alright, have some plans. Okay. Okay. Alright, bye. Okay, time for bed, Louis. Ignore everything I just said there about eyes, or whatever. And as always, I'm going to sleep in the bed next to Odessa, even though that's not where we started. Just to give the other three something to talk about in the morning. Gotta stir up the gossip mill. It's not gonna stir itself. Odessa being coy, saying, oh, we completed our mission last night. Eh, Louis? Eh? And Grimio's freaking out. It's like, Odessa, did you turn my surrogate son into a whore? I've read numerous fanfiction that says yes. Yes, she absolutely did. Yeah. You know, the eyes of a hero or whatever, the eyes of a protagonist is a very rote cliche thing in JRPGs especially. But They try and sell it in this game with the artwork. Clearly you're getting your fanfiction from other sources than I am. My fanfiction source is called 1997. I imagine a lot of that stuff isn't around anymore. I'm literally from a different generation of fandom. One that has been wiped clean, sadly. And back down the mountain we go. No run in this game. Well, that's not true. There's a way to move faster, but we do not have access to it yet. Although, we do feel like the walking animation is actually sped up from the PlayStation version of the game. Alright, level 10. No, we're not going to stop at that inn. Although, I don't think many players do stop at that inn on the way back, but if you do, it does function as a regular inn. You rest and you can save. I think it's free, actually. Which would make it a pretty good inn to go to if you weren't paranoid about being roofied there again. And look, I know Ledon said he wouldn't do it again, but my policy is, if someone roofies you once, you don't give them another chance. Now you may feel like that's a bit extreme of me. You know, everyone's roofied at least one person, right? You may say. I say, probably not. But I'm an extremist. I'm very pleased that this stream has not crashed. Or rather that the game hasn't crashed. The actual streaming went okay. According to Nanami they have. Well, Suikoden 2's Nanami, while a character I do like, if you analyze her moral choices, they quickly become a little suspect. But you know, it's all context, right? Nanami doesn't mean to poison anyone, it just sort of happens. Some other actions more objectionable. Damn. Watercoloring again. From Paz. Malice. Oh yes, I just saw this. Vicky. Lots of mistakes. There are no mistakes. There are happy little accidents, as Bob Ross once said. And as my parents likely said upon my conception. Except without the happy, or the little. And with more drinking. I think that piece looks really nice, Malice. I I'm looking forward to it, to its completion. Alright, mission accomplished. We are returning. If half of your hair turns black, don't go to the doctor. It's just a happy accident. You just draw some more hair down there. Hair is over her ear now. Hey, there is a character in this very video game called Black Ears, I'll have you know. So that is canon. Pride yourself on your ear drawing skills, and rightfully so. After all, if this is indeed a flaw, it is not a flaw in your ear drawing. It's a flaw in your hair coloring. Lots of random battles on our way back. Ah, hey, Colgan. Yeah, we already discussed the level 99 Odessa issue. The issue being, I don't want to. Alright, what's going on around here? Yeah. Hey, let's talk to Crane, everyone's favorite. Here's your chance, Colgan. Rip this high quality Crane avatar. Ooh, kiki is Crane's Japanese laugh. It is very disconcerting. Alright. Oh, what's going on? This guy fell over. Who cares? Hey, buddy. I know you're dying and all, but I kind of want to save. And I'm kind of upset you won't rent me a room. To be honest. Because I would like to get my MP back. But you know, if you're going to be a jerk about it, that's fine. Fine. All these rooms you could be renting me. All this optional random battle in front of a children. Like, there are 5 enemies here. I could really use that fire spell right now. Going back to that house after Kryn leaves is pretty good. There's a lot of good stuff in Lenin Camp when you return here. Hey, what's going on in here, guys? Oh, you want to kill me. Drat. My father's a great general. When he finds out, he's going to be steamed. Okay. Everyone to 11. Our characters go all the way up to 11. I was going to say that was a Wilhelm scream, but it is not a Wilhelm scream, for one. And 2, a Wilhelm scream in this series would be something along the lines of, "Yeah, banging babes." So it is very much not a Wilhelm scream. Oh, no. Giant's Liberation Army still uses General Dad as a defense. You have to work with the tools in your arsenal. That's all I have to say about that. One tool in my arsenal is apparently Gremio's axe of making people shrink really small. Oh, hey Odessa, what's wrong? Oh, Odessa. Oh, hey guys, I was secretly 38 months pregnant and I just gave birth right now. This is my son. Son Dessa. Ugh. Giving birth that late really does a number on every organ. Sorry, I'm gonna die now. It really sucks. Odessa, don't die. Ah, Louis, I need a favor. When I die, throw my body in a river. It'll be really messed up. Contaminate the water supply even further. It's gonna be sweet. Also, take that earring to my brother or whatever. Sure, I'll throw your body in a river. I don't care. Like, I care that you're dying, but what happens afterwards, not on me. This is a really good theme. I'm sorry I'm ruining the gravity of this scene. Everyone feel free to listen to this theme on their own time and actually experience the sadness that is Odessa Silverberg's grand death scene. Something something Empire. Oh right, I wasn't agreeing to it. We're hiding her body so that the Empire doesn't learn she's dead. Oh, Louis, one last thing. Tell Flick I only saw him as a friend. Bye, Odessa. That was a great 36 minutes we had with you. Alright, this fellow, Matthew, that we have to bring this earring to, lives in the town of Sega, which is in a different region of the Empire. We'll have to pass through the fortress of Kawaba to get there. But first, let's stay at the new and revamped and improved Kayaki Inn. Also safe. This guy is now bragging that the rebels are wiped out forever. And you know he is probably right. There's no way back for the rebels. There was a guy here, stole all my stuff. Whoa. We're not going to progress any further in the plot because this is as far as I got when I stopped last night's stream. And this was just a catch-up slash game stability test. But this is the save file I will be continuing from. So I'm going to go back to Rockland and spend a few minutes getting some money. Going to gamble for that money in some high-tech space age 1996 esports. Or at least I would do if we stopped getting into random battles every minute. Did I already make a micro pig joke? I am going to sneakily do it again by just referencing it. It's the transcluding of repetitive jokes. Alright. The inn is here. The stats you gain on level up are random within a range, so I hope this iteration of my party is actually better than the previous iteration on the other save file. Either way. $10,000 pods, easy. I don't know, they're all heads. Well, don't. Okay. You know, it's the Rocky story. There we go, all three, so we get 3 times our money. If you're wondering why I'm not actually choosing, 1, I don't think the spinning of the coins have any sort of effect on what's turning up, and 2, that would mean statistically anything I guess is equally likely to come up. I only need to get 2 right to score, so PS1 version is easier to win. I don't know if it's easier to win. It feels to me like there's a 2 out of 3 chance I'll win this or get something out of it, and a 1 in 3 chance I'll win the PlayStation 1 mini game, which is just a simple cup game. All depends on how this goes, I guess. Well, okay, yeah, the PlayStation 1 version is prone to glitching. That is true. You can follow the set pattern every time. There is also a method that I don't use very often, but other people do, where you can find out what the pattern is on the easy version and apply that to the higher difficulty version. But I've played instances of this game where that pattern did not hold. But yes, I do agree that this is a superior minigame. Even if I am abusing it right now. And not even in a fun way, because I'm just throwing down this money and then just immediately accepting the bet. Okay, that's bad. That means that's where we're going to call that. What are we at, 227? Yeah, okay. I should be back streaming tonight. Probably... I said I was going to do Lux Pain, but I will probably be going back to Beyond Oasis, the story of Thor. Begin the rotation around again. Follow that up with Cartia, the Word of Fate, then back to Gensosuikoden, and so on until one of them is done, and then we'll slot in another game. I have a few ideas for that. Thank you everyone who came out to this test stream. I'm just glad I was able to get this up and running in a way that meant it wasn't going to crash every 10 to 15 minutes. Whoops. Don't punch the microphone. It just makes a big noise for whoever's listening on the other end. Thank you, Malice, for coming out. I figured this would be a pretty lone stream for me. You know, no announcement. But a good number of people ended up turning up, which I'm quite pleased by. Alright. I will see you later tonight then, or whatever that would be in your time zone. Until then, be good, be kind, take care of yourselves, take care of others. Just be good. Bye-bye.